Another cantina girl, judging by the filmy outfit that leaves nothing to the imagination. "You look like a male with a lot of credits," the avian female trills, brushing one of her breasts against my arm. Her hand touches mine where I'm holding my drink, and it takes everything I have to keep smiling. "Looks can be deceiving," I say easily, picking up my drink and shaking off her hand. I do a mock toast to the ladies. "Mine is an empty wallet." I don't think so." She leans over me, her breath smelling like ooly brew. Her tits are definitely pushing against my arm, no matter how much room I try to give her. On the other side, the female scoots around the circular booth and moves in my direction. Trapped. "A Masaka on this end of the universe? You're not broke." Her friend giggles and touches my other arm while I shift uncomfortably. "You're a pirate, aren't you?" I scoff. "Me?" "Mm-hmm." They both eye me. "And pirates are never broke. You can buy around." The one on my right taps the table, bringing up the drink request system. I guess I can. I let them order, sipping my drink. Maybe I can find some interesting stuff out from them. Maybe they know something about some of the ships that come in. I glance over at Caspar, who's still glaring in my direction, and I get a different idea, one for a diversion. "So, do you ladies entertain, or do you just drink up a male's credits?" They both giggle, the sound a bit more like shrill cawing than I'd prefer. "You interested in entertainment?" "No, but I know someone who might be." I wonder what Caspar will think if he suddenly gets two avian females all over him when he's trying to pick a fight at the bar. He'll probably kill me later. I bet it's still worth it. I pull out a few credits and slide them across the table. "See that blue male at the bar? I bet he'd like company." The first female leans over my shoulder, giving me a sultry look. "But we want to stay with you." She taps a long, spindly finger on my cheek. "You seem like fun." I really am, I agree. I'm definitely the fun one. Also the dumb one, but who cares about smarts when you're having a great time? And right now, I'm starting to enjoy myself. I could send these two over to Caspar, get him all riled up, and when he's distracted, I can start a fight. There's a fat merchant with a few bodyguards in the corner, and a few more of the avian females at his booth, that looks like he'd be ripe pickings for a fight. I do know that I can't really start anything with two females hanging off my arm. I don't fight with females. Well, unless it's Zoe, but she's my sister, so it doesn't count. I gesture over at Caspar. "They say you can get to know a man by the company he keeps," I say. "And what does that say about your friend, who is alone?" "It says I have to pay pretty females to talk to him." I give them a grin and throw another credit on the table. "Will you go and make his day better?" "Eventually," the one on my left says, and clings to my arm. "Maybe we like the view here at the moment." Flattery is always nice, and I've got a few minutes. I admit I am pretty good to look at. "And so modest." They giggle. The handsy one on my left clings to my bicep. "So what brings you to Vitarian space? We don't see your kind much around here." "Oh," I don't have a good excuse, so I stare at my beer and try to think something up. I lift my drink, trying to play this off all casual. "This and that, wrecked ships and, other stuff." "Do you know Lord Strake, then?" I spit my beer all over the table. Do I know Lord Strake? That's an absolutely random name for a female to bring up. Like, Lord Strake Sarin? From Homeworld? Why do you ask? She shrugs and drags a finger down my cheek, and I wonder if she'd be offended if I asked her to use plasfilm. I don't know where her fingers have been, after all, and this cantina isn't exactly clean. "He's been buying weapons around here." I shoot a worried look over at Caspar, coughing loudly to try and get his attention. My brother, meanwhile, is arguing with the male seated next to him, no doubt looking to start a fight and get that distraction going. We have bigger problems, though, if Lord Strake is in this region. He's a Masaka with deep pockets, an army of clones at his disposal, and a massive chip on his shoulder. If he's hanging out in Vitarian space, he's not doing anything good. What's he buying weapons for?